begin here, I guess maybe my first question would be, how many here have heard of Sonus before? Are you familiar with the company? You are? Okay, great. Okay, we have some other people in the back as well, very familiar, ScanSource with being a distributor of ours. There in the back, they're very familiar with our products as well. And so in this demonstration, what we're going to show, based on the time break, is our Velos integration with Skype for Business with the UCSDN API. Not a live demo, and partly just because of the fact that when you're automating and healing networks, it's a little, kind of complicated to do, because the whole point of doing a demo like this is to show that customers don't notice that the network is degraded and that it automatically is going to heal itself. And so from that perspective, we have recorded video, and I'll just kind of go through with what we're showing here in the recorded video and kind of what Velos is able to do. And so you'll also see up here at the top, it does say NasIQ. That is the original branding. It's actually switching next week. Since it says Velos up here, we might as well talk about the fact that it is being rebranded. And let me just start this video up here. And so in this demo, as I said, we're going to be showing the Skype for Business integration that we've been doing. Also works with Link as well. And basically what we're doing is we're using our ANC. So from our perspective, nothing is the same UCSDN API across both platforms. And so from that perspective, there's an add-on that you can add. It's a free add-on that basically does in-call status updates of call quality within a Skype for Business or for a Link environment. And I think they're on version 2.1. And basically what we're going to show here in the video is that there's going to be two different calls, or actually a call set up. And what we're going to do is we have a variety of our OpenFlow switches or software of our OpenFlow switches going on. And so there's 5 of them here. You can see that via the topology, we've actually discovered a lot of them. Some of them are offline right now. And in this demo, we're going to show that there might be an FTP session, and that FTP session is taking up a path. And right now we're showing that there's a link, and the link signaling is set up here. You can see from that point to that point. And there's also another flow in between, and that's kind of where the FTP server transfer is going on. And so now what we do is user 1 dials user 2. Actually, first they might chat. They might escalate to a voice call. Once you're on a voice call, you're not necessarily using a lot of bandwidth. Traditionally, voice is very easy to deal with quality of service. You can always put calls into a VLAN. You can tag it. You can kind of assume what characteristics you would see in a normal voice over IP network. But when you get into unified communications, it gets a little bit more complicated because people start doing video, people start doing collaboration. We'll see here that we add video. We're starting video right now. And you can see one of the participants' video, and actually we'll push that to the background, and you'll see on the forefront that we have an FTP transfer going on this path here. And then you'll see now, this is where the link call is going. It's going across this link, through these different switches. And so we're, having information, and, those calls are feeding their information to the UCSDN API. In return, we're plugged into that API, so that way we can see, we're seeing the MOS scores are not really where they should be. The call quality, or video quality in this case, is just not very good. You can kind of see that it's getting kind of granular. And part of what he's doing in this demo is he's actually degrading that link, on purpose, so that way you can kind of see really what's going on here. And so as he degrades it, every 15 seconds, the API is giving us more information. And we can see, now that we've routed across a different link, and we're now actually including this switch over here. So we found a different path that has a better call quality. Well, to show, okay, now this link might be better. Well, let's just say that link gets degraded. It could be that, there's more calls, obviously. As you have a real complex network, there's going to be a lot of different paths, a lot of different flows that are going on. And so he's now in this demo degrading it. You can kind of see it's kind of getting blurry again in the video. It's not as crisp as it normally is. And so he's actually going to go back to that file transfer. And what he's now done is he's rerouted the link traffic over the traditional one, and the FTP client is now taking that lower degraded performance link. And part of that is that the policy or the business policy that's set up is that link takes higher priority. So once the primary link, the secondary link, as they start degrading, it says, well, geez, I still need to find a better link. So it actually moves the FTP flows across a different set of topologies and then allows link to take the one good one that's left. So based on the business priority, it decides that this makes more sense. And so that's what we're doing with the UC-SDN API from Skype. Really, we can leverage this across a lot of different types of networks with any other, I would say, different API as other APIs come on the market. But really, this is an SDN, and let me just pause this right here before it starts over again. This is, the ability to kind of do this is, it's like SDN, but it's a little bit more enhanced than that in the sense that we are, potentially, sometimes you might just use different open flow switches to bookend a system. It might be that's where you start off with because you already have a network in place and you want to just do this across your WAN links. It might be that you want to do this across your whole enterprise as you maybe potentially go to an open flow enabled network. But really, you can leverage this in a lot of different ways, and we're just, that was the demo that we showed here today.